Welcome back to the Stay at Home Mom series. I am so excited to have you here. If you haven't watched episode 1 yet, my recommendation would be for you to go and watch that. I will pop the link up here for you. And today we'll be covering two topics, myths and self-care. Now stay tuned till the end of the episode because I will be sharing a way for you to get your hands on a free digital resource regarding self-care. Now let's jump into it. So, what are some myths about being a stay-at-home mom that was busted? So, for example, before you came a stay-at-home mom, you had heard things about being a stay-at-home mom, and in actual fact, that's not the truth whatsoever. So, what's your take on that?
I think that the biggest thing is everyone's situation is different. We are all financially different. We are all uh, uh, characterly different in our character, in our temperament. And so some things comes easier for some moms than others. If you're a bit of a perfectionist, becoming a stay-at-home mom can be a challenge in a much different way than it would have been for me. I mean, I just took it in the stride, and later my house looked like a nest or a cave gathering. But I realized that some moms who would like things to be in order, to have an order, that can be quite challenging. So I think one of the things that you do realize is you hear a lot of things, but how does it apply to you? Meaning, how do we navigate that? And that's why I like the word navigate, because to each one it's different. You might have the same journey, but it's differently navigated. So I think one of the biggest myths was that just take it in the stride. Being a mom at home takes a lot of planning, and it does take a lot of discipline. Another thing that I realized was I had this thought in my head that you will be well rested when you're at home, that you will be well manicured when you're a mom at home, and that you'll have this lovely clean home with decorations that never break. And those were very big myths. Stay-at-home moms sleep as little as other moms, and sometimes, that's what we. That's the. If there's a problem, the problem is yours. You need to fix it. And the other thing was the time that you do have as a mom, you tend to give it to someone else. You don't take it for yourself. And I think we spoke about that. That's something we would like to share on another series. But it's that you'll have time for yourself, and I think stay-at-home moms really struggle with that.
So true. And I think even myself as a full-time working mum, I've got this idea of what it looks like to be a stay-at-home mum. And in some circumstances, you feel jealous because they're at home the whole day. They've got all the time in the world. Well, I've learned from you that that's in actual fact not the truth. If you're gaining value from this video, click the like button and subscribe down below if you haven't done that already. Now let's jump straight into self-care, and remember to stay tuned until the end. Okay, so how do you take care of you?
I think that fits different again for everyone. I've got a friend, a long distance friend. Do I blab a lot? But I think that is one of the things that kind of saved me, was just having someone to just brainstorm with, or just to share my heart. So that would be my first advice to anyone for self-care, is just to get whatever's inside, just get it out. Talk to someone, talk to the dog. If you need to cry, I mean, we've spoken about this many times. If you need to cry, go cry in the toilet, just to get it out. And I think then you can keep any form of build up or emotion or frustration to a minimal. So that kind of helps with that. And then the other one is you need to find out for yourself, what does rest look like for you? What does relaxation look like for you? And how does recharging look like for you? And I must say, once I got that advice from someone that said, if you then take an art project or somewhere where you just sit and you just use the other side of your brain, or you just go into a quiet zone, if you embark on a art project, the art project is not the focus. You resting is the focus. If in the end of 4 years you have not completed your art project, it is okay to throw it away. The focus was sitting at your mosaic project and cutting the tiles and just relaxing and breathing and drinking a cup of coffee and being quiet, maybe having something in your ears, just listening to music, but the focus is in relaxing. And I think for everyone that looks different again. Some people like to walk outside. I think that is amazing if you can put any form of exercise into how you relax, how you recharge. That is a double whammy benefit. But I think that's something I've learned, that because I do like art projects, but I always feel like I'm not going to start because I'm not going to get finished. So I don't stop. And then I don't do it, and then I do something else. But so if you've got something creative, I think that activates a different part of the brain, which also includes problem solving. And I must testify that many a times when I've been creative, I found a solution to whatever. Or I realized you just need to phone that person. So I really actually want to encourage moms to find something creative, even if you do doodling or drawing or coloring, but don't sit and do it in front of the TV. Sit it where you can be quiet, where you can just sort out your own brain, figure out emotion, figure out ideas, being creative. And at the end of the day, if you don't like your art piece or your creative piece, give yourself permission to throw it away. Because the purpose was you relax.
Thank you for watching until the very end. This is much appreciated as it shows the YouTube algorithm that there are people watching, and therefore they can recommend this video to other mums from around the world. Now, in the final episode, Annie and I will be talking about the positives and the challenges of being a stay-at-home mum. Now, as promised, click on the link below and you will be able to navigate to a self-care checklist, which with items that have been tried and tested. I've also left a couple of blank spots where you can add your favorite self-care items and tips in there. Now, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.